hey, it's your last chance to get in and buy it full price before it goes to subscription model. Do you know how many months I'd have to pay to cover the full price?
Do you pay subscription right now?
No.
But didn't yours come with it?
Tesla's made this clear as mud. At different times, there have been different tiers of features that you could unlock at different prices. Okay. So, and for almost all of Tesla's history, paying for full self-driving was just a promise that when they came out with it, you could use it. Even now, full self-driving is still in beta.
It's called full self-driving, parentheses, supervised now.
Person who bought ours originally paid for the enhanced autopilot. So that came with a few extra things. It can drive, it can change, it can take interchanges on the highway without your intervention. It'll put you in the right lane. It'll go around slow cars on the highway. Regular autopilot, the most advanced thing it does is it'll change lanes when you put on the signal. Enhanced autopilot will put on the signal for you, change lanes, and get around a slow car, get you to the right lane, and get you off on the right off-ramp.
Is there anything different about the car hardware, or is it strictly software that's...
If you didn't option the FSD from the factory, to put it on later is actually more because you have to go put the computer in the car too. Paying for FSD for almost all of Tesla's history was just for the promise that you would get to use it when they were done. And every year they're like, hey, this year we're coming out with it. You'll all be able to drive everywhere without touching anything. It'll drive you wherever you like, park, whatever. It's gotten much better. But you still have to get approved to get into the beta. But if you drive the Tesla the way it was, they encourage you to drive, like it's really fast, it tracks your driving habits. And if you aren't in the top like 3% safest drivers of all Teslas, they won't let you in the beta.
How does that make sense? Because if you're letting it full self-drive, you're not the one driving it.
Right. But
they just think you're going to be irresponsible with it, or what?
Exactly. You can pay, at one point it was $12,000 for FSD.
Now it's $8,000?
Something like that, yeah. What we have is most of full self-driving, and that came with the cost of the car. And funnily enough, it wasn't factored into the price. The dealership that sold it to us didn't know it had enhanced autopilot.
Yeah.
Which you could have just invested the other $8,000 in Tesla.
And bought yourself a few Teslas.
Right. So anyway, it was always a ripoff.
So it's going subscription model, $100 a month. Does that mean every new Tesla is going to have the full self-driving computer?
I think they have for a while now.
Okay. As opposed as I am generally to things going subscription model, this one actually kind of makes sense.
I would like to throw it on there for a road trip.
In order to get to that $8,000 price, because right now, through the next couple of months, you can buy it outright for $8,000. How many months would that take before $100 a month? Almost 7 years to equal the cost of buying it outright. 2/3 of Americans change their car every 5 years or less.
Right.
That's actually a subscription model that kind of makes sense. Maybe you don't drive enough to use it all the time. Or maybe your driving habits change.
Or maybe you're driving it all the time and it's still more affordable to do the subscription.
Well, maybe they're going to move it out of beta.
Yes. Maybe they will in 2020.
When they release the Roadster.
That's my point.
But this isn't out of the ordinary either, because most of the other manufacturers, Super Cruise and Blue Cruise and stuff, they all charge for their...
It'll come with the car for a year or two or whatever. And then
for some amount of time.
Series XM.
Do you know about the Model Y L?
No.
I was talking to my neighbor next door. He's like, we bought the Model Y, but we really wanted...
The long wheelbase?
The long wheelbase version they sell in China. And I was like, wait, repeat that?
I know China puts a lot of emphasis on rear seat legroom.
The Model Y L is a long wheelbase version of the Model Y. It's 7 inches longer total, with I think 2 of those going in between the wheel wells and an additional 5 on the back. And then the slope is less extreme, so that third row has a lot more headroom. And it's a 2x2x2, so it's a 6-seater in all arrangements. This is a China only. I think they started making it last year, and it's going to now come to apparently Australia, and it's rumored to come to South Korea.
Okay, so it's not coming here.
There's no reason why it couldn't come here from a regulatory standpoint.
Except, don't they use NiCad batteries there?
I mean, if it did come here, they would make it here.
Yeah, they would.
And they would make it with the batteries here.
But that would mean they would have to design a production line to make batteries that shape and whatnot, which I can't imagine for a battery electric car company is that complicated.
For me, as a father of 4, I don't really have a lot of options when it comes to a Tesla. I have the Model X, and that's it. And I'm not spending $100,000 and whatever.
You can get them for like $35 now.
Yeah,
You're still not spending $35 on an electric car with 100,000 miles.
I'm not saying I would buy one, but if I wanted to get a new car, I have to get a Model X. Except this year, they're bringing back the 7-seat Model Y.
Very cool.
They removed it for a bit, but that's only on the premium version, not on the performance and not on the standard trim.